Hi, this is Will with Spiritual Clarity, and today I want to talk about significance versus substance. This is an amazing concept to understand if you've been procrastinating or if you've been feeling burnt out or stifled, like you can't really be yourself in your business and it's been hard to make your social media content or put yourself out there in a way that feels good. This is gonna be perfect. I started talking about this first when I was in India about a year and a half ago and had this really incredible moment realization. The whole journey was amazing, and I want to share about that. But first, I want to say significance versus substance is about when you make things too significant, you lose all substance. And I share often about Bruce Lee. For me, he was just substance. He was walking substance. So he wasn't really very significant about it. He didn't hold it lightly. He was a dramatic person. But if someone were to come up and challenge him in the street, he could read them in a moment and say, yeah, you're not worth my time. He didn't have anything to prove after a certain point. He was just being himself. So when we're being too significant, when we think that, the content that we have to share or the work that we do is, this is going to change everything, like a dramatic Hollywood movie trailer. When we become that significant, we lose all substance, or most of our substance, and we no longer are really being a great contribution with our work or with our content. So check for yourself when you're making content or you're putting yourself out there, how serious are you being? How significant are you being? Before you get on camera, do you take a moment to, center yourself and prep? Or do you take a moment to say, this is going to change everything? Because I can almost guarantee that if you go down that path, you're going to burn out. You're going to procrastinate. You're not going to want to make your content or put yourself out there. So when I first realized this concept, it was about a year and a half ago. I was in India, and my daughter at the time was just not quite 2 years old. Our plan was to take that trip before she turned 2, and I was taking lead on childcare. So I was with my daughter in the apartment. My wife was doing yoga teacher training, and I'd been up with my daughter, I think that day at like 4 a.m. It was super early. And then my wife got up to do her early meditation and yoga, and I was with my daughter, and we had to go walk around so my wife could get that last half hour of sleep. Walking around Rishikesh in India, it was cold. I was trying to keep her warm. My shoulder hurt. Everything was not good. So later that day, I was talking with a family member back here in Canada, and they were complaining about the bus was late or something. This family member was single, no kids, no spouse, really could just take care of their own day on their own, and they were complaining about all these things. And I was listening with as much presence as I had and could, and love, and just listening and being with her. And then my daughter, she either peed or pooped or vomited in the corner of the room. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember without skipping a beat, just said, oh, so-and-so, just hold on a second. And I started to clean it up. And then, okay, I'm back. And then as I'm cleaning up the poop or the pee, I'm sorry if this is graphic. I'm, still present and loving with this family member. And she asks, what's that sound? What are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just cleaning up some poop in the corner. And she'd already heard that, I'd been up since 4 a.m. and all these things. And she caught herself and said, oh my gosh, here I am complaining about a late bus and that they didn't have, my brand of milk at the store. And you're being there dealing with all that, and you're still present with me and loving. So thank you for being that. It's really, I think she even said it's significant to me. And I thought of that later, the word significant. And that part of why that conversation flowed with such love is that I wasn't being significant. I was being substance, that it was all just flowing in the moment. And I was able to allow it to flow in the moment because I was coming from a place of substance. I was being substantial, if we want to call it that, and therefore had no significance. So if you're having troubles with lives or with content or even with clients or any aspect of your business, look to see how significant are you being about the work or about your lives or about the content or whatever it is. How significant are you being? Is it dripping with significance? Probably. So shift that to being of substance. What's the substance that you want to get through? And see how it shifts the energy. See how it shifts your heart and your presence and your being. And you will have a much greater sense of ease and joy as you move forward. Have an amazing day. This is Will with Spiritual Clarity, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.